Mangwanani.
Masquera say.
Makadini.
We are the Katiyos.
So what are we discussing today?
In today's video, we are going to be discussing boundaries. And we commented in our last sit-down video and we suggested that we talk about boundaries when we were dating or courting and the challenges we faced while we tried to maintain those boundaries and how we overcame.
I think for starters, the first boundary that you should have as a girl, as a guy, is to refuse to be in a relationship that is not going anywhere. Refuse to be in a time, energy wasting relationship with no commitment or real perspective of going anywhere useful. I think just that's the first boundary you should have. If someone is to approach you, make sure you know what they want, what this relationship means to them, and what the end goal is. And if the end goal is not the same for both of you, why bother? Because that is someone's wife or someone's husband, and you're wasting their time. And by that time that person gets married to their wife or their husband, they need to be cancelled. And they've got this hurt and baggage that was inflicted by someone who wasted their time. So I think that's the first boundary you should have. Number 2.
Second boundary, I think, is mutual communication. And I think it should happen very early on in the relationship. That's what we sort of did. You need to understand between each other what you want, what you don't want to do.
Isn't that what I just said?
No. You said.
No, anyway.
We're talking about, as in, you and I agree that we are not going to have sex.
Okay.
I can agree that I'm getting into this relationship and I'm not going to have sex. And then homeboy over here has another idea.
Okay.
So you need to be open with each other and communicate those boundaries that you set and agree. Because there's no point in being in a relationship with someone that says, I want to have sex, and you don't want to have sex.
Yeah, but the question is, what boundaries did you set?
Okay.
But I guess you're saying...
Well, that's what we did.
Okay, we set the boundaries. Okay, I would say number 3, after you've set the boundaries, like she has said, and you've agreed on those boundaries, I think you need to put measures in place to make sure those boundaries are not moved, right? So for example, countries have boundaries and they've got borders in place to make sure those boundaries are not moved or people do not cross freely between those boundaries. So when we said we're not going to fornicate, we put measures in place to make sure that we can be respectful of those boundaries. One thing we did was we never slept anywhere together. So we never slept in a hotel room together, we never did sleepovers, we never went away on vacation together. Vacation or whatever it's called together. Because we really wanted to make sure that we do not put ourselves in a compromising position.
Go to the beach.
Another thing, we didn't go to the beach because we have to swim and take off clothes and whatever. So compromising places and positions. Don't put yourself in compromising places or positions. What is number 4? I think we have to know.
I would say is pictures, talking, having boundaries in the type of photos that you send each other.
So how you interact.
How you interact with each other. The type of conversations that you have. No sexting, no nudes, no risque, raunchy photos and stuff like that. Just minding the photos and the communication that you have. You should be able to share the communication that you have with someone else, your pastor, whatever, and not feel some type of way.
Or if your little brother, little sister grabs your phone, parents, and not feel some type of way. That's a good one. I think number 5 is a really big one. Physical contact. So were together for 6 years. I think in the first maybe 5 or maybe first 2 to 3 months, nothing really happened. Maybe 4 to 8 months, we had started kissing. And there was a pastor she spoke to at the time who was like, no, people, you shouldn't be doing that because that leads to fornication. And at that time, we hadn't even thought about it like that. But after that comment was said, after that seed or whatever, you're distracting me. I'm trying to speak. After that comment was said, it's something that we thought about it and we're like, you know what, we want to do things the right way. Why not stop the kissing? Because this pastor might have a point. Because if we continue kissing, who knows what's next and what it can lead to. And I know kissing is something that's very common. We see it in the movies. And people will tell you that there's nothing wrong with it. But we stopped it because just in case it might lead to other things. So from, we just say the end of year 1 until the point where we actually got married, we stopped kissing. We did not kiss, we did not hook up, we did not whatever. We stopped that as a way of making sure that we can fulfill and keep our boundary in place of not fornicating. So physical contact, watch the type of physical contact that you engage in as well.
Which was hard at first, but then after a while,
No, it wasn't hard for me. No. Once I set my mind to it.
Okay.
Missing it was hard.
No, I mean in the sense of like when you're used to kiss goodbye, kiss this, kiss that. As in like to get yourself out of them when you first decided. But then after...
It might be hard.
Okay, it might be hard at first. But you realize that it's just a tiny little part of the relationship.
You won't even notice it.
You won't.
You won't even notice it.
We only started thinking about the kissing.
Again, when we knew that we had to kiss.
In front of people.
I was scared I would headbutt her in the nose or something. Because it hadn't happened for so long. But yeah. What did we discuss? We discussed, number 1, make sure that everyone understands what's happening in the relationship. Number 2, make sure you have understanding of what you would do and what you want to do. Number 3, make sure you don't go to compromising places. Number 4, we said make sure you watch the way you interact, messages and all that. Number 5, physical boundaries. Make sure how you touch each other and all that. Is there anything we've left it out?
I think those are pretty much the main ones that we had in our relationship and we implemented. I don't think there's any others.
I mean, I'll just touch on this. It's very hard if one person in the relationship is a bit sketchy. Preferably if both of you are on the same page, things like this are a lot easier. It becomes very hard when one person is okay with fornicating and the other is not. And in such situations, the one who's weak, the one who's strong really has to emphasize on it. Really has to emphasize on it. Otherwise, it's an impossible task. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. We wish you all the best in your relationships that you currently have or that you're about to get into. Any last words?
Let us know in the comment section if you have any other topics you would like us to discuss. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And we'll see you guys in the next video.
Peace.
Number 4, I would say is... I don't know the number 4.
This is why I want to plan with you before we shoot videos. What just prompt me. Now it was...
Prompt me.
Babe.